going, everybody? It's Warren, and since Spider-Man Far From Home is wrapping up Phase 3, everybody is starting to wonder what Phase 4 looks like. A few weeks ago, I did a video about every movie that we knew was coming to Phase 4 of the MCU. But now there's been a supposed leak of the Phase 4 slate showing the movies that we already knew were coming, but some new movies as well. But all lining up perfectly with how Marvel wants to take the MCU in the future, with a good majority of the information on this leak coming from or being confirmed by the account called Roger Wardell. No one knows if that is actually his true name, but back in December of 2018, before Avengers Endgame came out, this person posted many Avengers Endgame leaks that ended up being 100% true, including a lot of characters' returns, Captain America saying Hail Hydra, and the very first thing this person posted back in December was Fat Thor. So a very legitimate source who has also been talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Doctor Strange 2, so we're gonna go ahead and break down this new Marvel Phase 4 slate leak. But first, to anyone who is new to my channel, I'm doing a giveaway. When I hit 400,000 subscribers, I will be picking 3 winners to choose one item each from the Marvel Legends series collection. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment so you can enter the giveaway. So the first movies that this leak states that are coming are Black Widow, The Eternals, Black Panther 2, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Like I said, we pretty much knew these movies were already coming, but here's where it gets very interesting. The next movie that is said to be in development already is Nova. Now, since Avengers Endgame has come out, there have been many reports that Nova is in fact in development, and we've even learned about a deleted scene between Thanos and Nova in Avengers Infinity War and or Endgame. The writers revealed that they originally had plans to show Thanos going to Xandar and obtaining the Power Stone, which is where he would have fought Nova. So the fact that this states that a Nova movie is in development is right on track with everything that we've heard so far. This leak then goes on to talk about movies that are not yet in development but are planned for Phase 4 and the future of the MCU. So even though everybody is talking about Phase 4, there might not be any more phases. Kevin Feige has talked about getting rid of them, but there's been no confirmation yet, so until then we're just going to assume like all these movies are going to be coming out in Phase 4 and Phase 5. So this leak goes on to say that there are plans for Thor 4. This makes perfect sense. We know from Avengers Endgame that Thor's story arc is not done yet. In fact, the way they left it off from Avengers Endgame made it seem like there's a lot left to Thor's story. And we know that Chris Hemsworth is not done playing Thor yet, so this makes perfect sense. The next movie it states is Ant-Man 3, which also makes sense as well. A lot of people have speculated that there would be another Ant-Man. And why wouldn't there be? The movies have been successful. They haven't been huge like all of the other movies, but they have been very successful still. And Ant-Man 3 will probably be pretty important moving forward in the MCU, given the fact that it's all about the quantum realm. And since the multiverse is being introduced into the MCU, the quantum realm will most likely play a pretty important role in traveling between the universes. Then we have Captain Marvel 2, which obviously this makes perfect sense. They've already said Captain Marvel is going to be a big character moving forward with the future of the MCU. But here's where this leak gets really interesting. It says that movies that Marvel has plans for are the New Avengers, the Young Avengers, and the Dark Avengers. Now, the New Avengers is a no-brainer. At some point in time, we're going to have New Avengers. And Avengers Endgame seemed to set the groundwork for the Young Avengers. In Avengers Endgame, we saw Hawkeye training his daughter Lila with a bow and arrow, so she's set to take over his mantle. We saw Harley Keener, the genius boy from Iron Man 3. We saw Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie Lang, and not to mention, at some point in time, Morgan Stark will most likely want to take on her father's mantle. So the groundwork for the Young Avengers has already been set in Avengers Endgame. But the Dark Avengers is something that a lot of people have begun to speculate about recently, especially if Norman Osborn gets introduced into the MCU, which this leak does talk about later on. The leak then goes on to state that Falcon and Winter Soldier, Wanda, Vision, Loki, and Hawkeye are being developed for Disney+, but the characters will still be featured in the movies. This has already been confirmed as well by the Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. It then goes on to say that the X-Men and the Fantastic Four will not appear until Phase 5, which has pretty much been confirmed by Kevin Feige as well. He said that we most likely will not see the X-Men or Fantastic Four enter the MCU for at least 5 years. But then this leak goes on to say that there won't be another decade-spanning overarching storyline like the Infinity Saga, but there will be overarching mini-arcs spanning 3 to 6 films. There will be a more clear divide between grounded MCU and cosmic MCU going forward, each having their own cast, specific tones, and overarching storylines. We already knew that the future of the MCU was going into the cosmos, specifically with Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel, and now with a Nova movie in development. But of course, you're still going to have events happen on Earth. So it makes sense that there would be some sort of a divide between the two of them. This makes sense because if Captain Marvel and Thor were fighting people galaxies away from Earth, they probably wouldn't interfere with Earth too much, and wouldn't really overlap with any stories going on Earth. So the fact that the Cosmic MCU and the Grounded MCU are going to be divided makes perfect sense. We know Chris Hemsworth has more movies left, doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Thor 4, and also Chris Pratt has several movies left as well. So there's going to be plenty of Cosmic MCU movies. The leak goes on to state that the main antagonist for the Grounded MCU is supposed to be Norman Osborn, provided that Marvel and Sony renew their contract. This is something that everybody is speculating about right now, especially because in the Spider-Man Far From Home trailers and clips that we've seen the old Avengers tower get bought, reconstructed, and is now finished, and everybody widely believes now that it is the Oscorp building. So introducing Norman Osborn, Oscorp, and the Green Goblin makes perfect sense moving forward with the Grounded MCU. So that's it for this leak on Marvel's Phase 4 and upcoming future movies of the MCU. Keep in mind that Kevin Feige said that they're going to announce their plans moving forward with the MCU after Spider-Man Far From Home. So Spider-Man Far From Home comes out July 2nd, and then San Diego Comic-Con is July 18th. And Marvel is confirmed to be there this year, so this would be a perfect time to introduce the Phase 4 lineup and the future movies of the MCU moving forward. Of course, that's just speculation, but it would be the perfect and ideal time for Marvel to do that. So we will officially find out the slate of future Marvel movies very soon. Again, this leak has merit to it, but it is a leak, so take it with a grain of salt. But let me know what you think about this lineup. Are you satisfied with it, or would you like to see different movies come to Marvel? And what are you looking forward to most about the future of the MCU? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And again, a reminder about my giveaway. When I hit 400,000 subscribers, I will be picking 3 winners, and each will get to choose 1 item from the Marvel Legends series collection. If you'd like to enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment down below with your thoughts and your favorite superhero or villain. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Going to go for your head in Avengers Endgame. Hey, congratulations to your desperation to save the universe. You killed half of its population. Yeah, you did it, very nice. And all it took, you said it cost you everything while crying like a baby. Now you're at number